It's episode 2 of Bravo's Banter, and on our pilot episode, it was just me and Nick, talking about the Braves, but we figured it's probably a little boring, so we're going to get some high-class guests on, and our first guy is Cole Chudoba, Braves and UConn pitcher, joins the program. Cole, thanks so much for joining us. What's going on?
Yeah, thank you so much for having me, guys. It's awesome to hop on here and talk about the Braves a little bit.
Yeah, the Braves team that is playing very well right now, winners of 5 straight, a 1-0 win last night in Wareham. Cole, you and this Braves pitching staff all season has just really been untouchable. I mean, you guys feels like night in and night out give up 2 runs or less. Another shutout in Wareham last night. You haven't given up a run all season. I don't know. Try to crack the code for me. What's been working for the staff as a whole?
Honestly, I think it's like the team chemistry part. It's this whole team in general, but like us as, like a staff in the bullpen, we're all just kind of like super laid back guys. And we all have the same mindset together. So we're all like pulling for each other. And, we're honestly not the most serious bullpen out there. We kind of keep it pretty loose. And I think that like works for all of us. It's just how we are. And, we're always just pulling for the next guy and we're excited for everyone. And, we're ready to pick someone up. But I think it's just we gelled really, really quick. And, that always helps and leads to winning.
And I know you're one of the local guys out here. There's kind of guys from all over. You got West Coast, Midwest, you got the South. You're one of the few guys from New England on this team. You got the New England experience. So being kind of local, what's kind of the best part about being out here on the Cape? I know you're pretty close by. You're from Connecticut, so you didn't have to go too far. But what's been the best part about being out here playing summer ball in the best league in the country?
Yeah, I mean, playing in the Cape is, one of the greatest experiences you could have. You dream of that, being a college baseball player, a kid growing up. But, playing not too far. I'm only like 3 hours from here, so it's been pretty cool. I have like a lot of friends. I went to school in Massachusetts before UConn. Went to Assumption, and so I have a lot of friends like around the area. Family's able to come to games, so which it's harder for the other kids, down south and everything. But it's pretty cool. You take pride in being a New England kid and showing that New England baseball is pretty legit.
And I was gonna say too, like when you have kids from all over, the slang and stuff, are you kind of teaching kids like New England slang out there in the bullpen? I know like in the South, they got a whole different form of language. We know that from our broadcaster, Reeves Jackson. He's getting really annoying with like talking about Waffle House and stuff. Do you guys have that in the bullpen too?
Yeah, we try and see how different people pronounce words and what slang. Like I say wicked a lot from
Yeah.
going to school in Massachusetts. They think that's pretty strange, but it's pretty normal to me. And you guys obviously know wicked a lot, but yeah, it's pretty funny, kind of all talking about where we come from. What's normal to say and everything. So it's pretty funny.
So what are the bullpen activities like? Because I know you guys, you said you're a loose group. I know you're just hanging out there. You got to be doing something. Like second inning, game just started. Nobody's warming up yet. What are you guys doing out there?
We play a game called Password a lot. If you've ever
Oh yeah.
played the game, we play the name game, which is another game in the bullpen.
Explain to me what password is.
So Password is it's you and a partner versus 2 other people, and you and the other team, like you're working with your partner, and you have to describe a person, place, or thing, but you only have one word as a clue, and you're just like giving clues until your partner guesses it, and you go back and forth and kind of keep score.
Who's your go-to partner?
Ooh, it was AT, but he's sadly leaving us.
Yeah.
But he was my go-to guy. We were a pretty good combination, so I'm gonna have to try and find a replacement, but it's gonna be tough leaving him.
AT's a really smart guy, isn't he? Didn't he start college like as like medical or something? Nick, was Theo telling us that?
I'm not even sure, man. I don't know. I just know he's pretty smart.
Like AT's a smart guy. Who's the toughest competition out there? Who do you not want to score up against?
Ooh, Tristan's pretty good. Tristan, Mike Sansone, they're pretty good together when they play. Yeah, I would say those two. They're pretty tough competition.
We got to try that out, Nick. You and I got to take on Reeves and Daniel, our 2 brothers.
Try. Well, I don't want to beat him too bad.
That would stink. That would stink. So password we got going out there. Telephone, did you say?
We've done that before, but it's called the name game. If you've ever heard of that one.
I don't know if I have. Explain. You explain.
Yeah, so it's basically, so you pick like a category. Say it's like baseball players, and you start with one name. So say it's Adam Wainwright. So then the next person has to say another baseball player whose first name starts with the letter of that last name. So it would be like Walker Bueller. So then the next person has to
Oh.
say something that starts with B, like Byron Buxton or something like that.
Okay.
How does that end? Like, is it timed where you have to?
Yeah, like if a person freezes and like can't say it, you're out.
Okay.
So like you just kind of keep going around. It's elimination style.
So who's the best at that?
I gotta say, Mike Sansone's pretty good at that game too. He's pretty. He's got he's a quick-witted guy. So
Those Fairfield guys are smart over there.
hey, it's Connecticut. So those Connecticut guys are holding it down.
I know you guys got some really good snacks out there too. Every time I walk out there, you guys are always chowing down on something. What's the go-to snack or candy that you guys are rocking with this season?
Ooh, we get it. We get a lot.
You
Last
guys had a ton yesterday. You had like 4 going.
we had pizza yesterday. We got
Yeah.
3 pizzas brought to the bullpen. A lot of Swedish fish. Sour Patch Kids are always pretty common. A lot of veggie sticks. Those things are always there. But yeah, honestly, they hook us up. I'm not gonna lie. Like you go there hungry and you never leave hungry after the game. You haven't even eaten dinner yet.
So is there a difference in your food consumption in a game you're pitching or scheduled to pitch or not? Like, I can't imagine you're throwing back 4 slices of pizza if you're coming in to pitch in the 6th inning, right?
Oh yeah, no, I can't. I don't really eat at all. Like the days I pitch, I pretty much have a bag and an energy drink, and that's all I really need. So that keeps
When
me
you
keeps me
pitch
going.
the day before, you're chilling. You're saying, give me some more of that pepperoni pizza.
Oh yeah, exactly. I'll definitely have a couple slices if I know I'm not doing anything that day. So
And you guys seem to have, like, as you mentioned, a really good bond, a really good connection. Who's the funniest guy out there in the bullpen? Because I think I probably walk down to the bullpen like 2 hours before pregame, an hour and a half. Say for like the whole hour and a half I'm down there, you guys are always laughing. So, I mean, who's the funniest? Who's keeping the mood light the most?
ooh, we have a lot of not like different personalities,
Mhm.
but we have a lot of guys. I honestly can't even say there's one real true comedian. Like kind of just depends on the day. Like someone will just come out of nowhere. Ken Turner is a guy. He's a quiet guy, but we call him the silent assassin. He always comes up with
Oh,
funny jokes.
it's a
So
sneaky pick.
yeah, he is a sneaky pick. He's a pretty funny guy. So
It's another Connecticut guy too, Hartford.
I know. I guess so. Connecticut's just
Hey, this guy's secretly coming on to hype up the state of Connecticut.
Yeah, I know.
I guess didn't even realize that when I said that. But yeah, no. Ken Turner's a sneaky guy, but he's funny.
I want to ask you about living with the host family. You shouted out your host family when we talked after the game against Hyannis, where you had those 4 scoreless innings. What has that experience been like, and how have you enjoyed living in someone else's home?
Yeah, I mean, my host family, Tracy and Steve, they're awesome. I mean, they're really just amazing. Kind of help us out with everything. They go to a ton of the games. They're big supporters of the Bourne Braves. I have 2 other roommates. I have Cade and then Peter Burns, and I had Gordon Graceffo before. So it's a pretty good dynamic. We all get along. They're super supportive of us, and just they've been honestly unreal. Coming back to the games, they always have food ready for us, and just it seems like being on this team, like just all the host families in general, it seems like everyone's pretty well connected with the team, and I think that also leads into like the bullpen snacks. They like care about us. Like I've never been a part of a team where that happens, but that's the one thing I like about playing for Bourne. It just seems like a pretty good community and like family feel. Like everyone really supports the team, and it's pretty well connected. So I like that part a lot.
Did you play in a summer league before this, where you lived with the host family?
Yeah, I did. I played 2 summers ago. I played in the Futures League with the Worcester Bravehearts, and then I was supposed to play last summer in the Coastal Plains League. I drove down there. We got canceled 2 days later. So then Worcester was actually playing. The Futures League had a season, so I called them up and headed back down there, and actually lived with the same host family because I didn't really have a place to go. So I kind of just showed up at their doorstep. But I'm very close. They're Fran and Charlene. They're great people. So I'm still close with them. They text me after every game still. So I've had a really good experience with my host families.
I know when you were playing summer ball in the FCBL, I know we had talked about this a little bit a few weeks ago out in the bullpen, but you were having a great outing one day. I'm gonna bring this up again because I read it in an article. It was great. Great outing one day. I think you had struck out everyone in the lineup except one guy, and that one guy was Reggie Crawford. And then you come out here, and I'm sure you saw he was on the roster before you got out here. What was that like? Did that conversation ever come up about that? Have you guys talked about that since, or is it just kind of a quiet thing?
Yeah, no, me and Reggie have joked about that actually. We were talking about it. I was like, Reg, you were just the one guy couldn't strike out that day. He just he was a tough at bat. But now it's even small world. Now we're
Yeah.
summer teammates and soon to be college teammates. So it's pretty cool how we'll kind of have that connection. I was able to play against him last summer and see the special player he is and all the great things he's doing. And when he was here for us, it was great. But yeah, we definitely go back and forth about that.
How excited are you for UConn too? I mean, this has got to be a great transition for you. You're headed back to your home state. Or is that something you're really looking forward to?
Yeah, no, I'm super excited. They have a great program over there. I really like all the coaches. I know some of the kids, and playing my 1 year of college eligibility, you always want to go home and play, in your home state, brand new field. So I'm really excited for this part of my journey, and playing at a higher competition and just kind of proving everyone out there, that some D2 guys they can hang with the big boys. So
That's awesome. That
Well,
is awesome.
you've done that all summer. I mean, 11
Yeah.
innings, scoreless baseball. I want you to take me through your daily routine. What do you do on a day-to-day basis here in the Cape? Whether, I don't know, day you're pitching or not pitching, I don't know if those routines are different. I just want you to take me in a day in a life of Cole Chudoba.
all right, day in a life. So wake up, eat breakfast.
What time we waking up?
Usually probably around like 9 o'clock, I'd say I wake up. My two roommates sleep in a little bit more, so I usually eat breakfast and we go to the gym together, all three of us. Or depending on if Pete's catching, sometimes he won't go lift that day. But me and Cade, since we're both pitchers, kind of have a little bit more of a schedule. Um, so we'll go to the gym, then we'll come back, eat lunch, hang out. We play a ton of pool. We have a pool table at our host family,
Nice.
so we play pool every single day. So that's
Yeah.
What'd you say?
The best at pool.
Oh, I gotta go Cade. Cade's really good. All the Southern boys are really good. They play a lot of pool, so I gotta
Wow.
give them credit. But
Do they call that billiards down there, or is it still pool?
they say pool, but
Thank God.
yeah.
Thank God.
But yeah, so we've been playing a lot of that. That's pretty much how we kill our time. I mean, by the time you eat breakfast, go to the gym, come back, play pool, it's kind of like get ready, go to the field, and then you're there. So
What have you done on your couple of off days? And what has been the most fun you've done the most fun thing you've done on an off day?
ooh, so we have a pond. Well, it's called a pond, but it's like a mini beach that's like half a mile from our house. So it's perfect. We go there sometimes on the off days, kind of just hang out there, be in the sun. And a lot of the guys on the team come and we just hang out there, have a good time. And you're pretty tired honestly on your off days. So no one's really done anything too crazy at least. So kind of just chill out, and we're all really close. So like even on the off days, we just want to hang out with each other, and that's pretty much what we've been doing.
Now, are you staying in Bourne? Are you close by? You in Pocasset, somewhere in that area?
I'm in Plymouth, actually.
Plymouth?
Yeah, so I'm only like 15 minutes from the field, so I'm in a pretty good spot.
Had you been to Plymouth prior to the Cape League, or was it your first time
It
in
was my
Plymouth?
first time being in Plymouth, first time ever being on the Cape, so it was pretty new to me, but it's been really cool.
Have you seen all the tourist kind of spots? Like Plymouth Rock is a popular one. Everyone seems to love the Rock in the Cage out there.
Yeah, we actually just did that was that 2 nights ago. We went out to dinner with our host family, and then
Uh-huh.
we saw the big rock in the cage, and then you look at it and then you're like, wow, that's it, and kind of move on. But I mean, it was pretty cool. I guess you saw a piece of history right there.
How disappointed were you?
I mean, I don't know. You just kind of, I wouldn't say disappointed. I was just more like, all right, this is it. I guess we just kind of get there. You look at the rock and you're like, all right, move on quick. But
It has to be the worst, like tourist destination, and definitely the East Coast, possibly the United States. I think it's up there.
I could imagine probably a lot of school field trips. They take little kids there too. I'm sure they're maybe a little
It's
more
terrible.
by the rock or something. But Yeah, I can only imagine.
It's like that SpongeBob line. It's not just a boulder; it's a rock, and it's an.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
I don't. Yeah, it's weird to me that that's a thing. Um, yeah. So I just want to talk about the team a little bit more. You talked about the guys out in the bullpen a little bit. But, this offense has been playing well, too. They've kind of been picking the bullpen up and pitching the pitchers up when once in a blue moon, the outings are not the best. That 8-7 win, comeback win against Hyannis the other night. Just looking at this offense as a whole here, what can you say about those guys, how they've been hitting this season?
Yeah, I mean they've been doing a great job for us, picking us up when we have slip ups. It's going to happen in baseball, and I think that's why we've done so well as a team is because we pick each other up when we're not hitting as great some games. Our pitching's been really really good, and when we're not having our best games pitching, our hitting's picked us up. It's been vice versa, so we kind of just all gelled together and we're all pulling for the same thing. And I mean it's really cliche, but like when everyone buys into something, truly buys into winning, and we're not worried about our individual stats or anything like that. You can see how it translates on the field. I mean, we got a pretty good team over here, and it's just been so much fun, man. Like honestly, I've played summer ball for 2 summers now. I won a championship my first year of summer ball, so I've been like a part of a winning team. But I don't know, man. This team is just something else, and it's been an awesome experience so far.
How about you as a hitter? When was the last at bat you've had?
My last at bat, senior year of high school.
Okay. Did you hit all throughout high school?
Yeah. So I hit varsity like sophomore year. I was kind of in and out of the lineup. Junior year, I had an injury, so I couldn't hit. And then senior year, I batted, and I was decent. I batted like 330, 340. I said I was like a
All right.
average high school
All right.
player. I held it down. I mean, I wasn't anything too special, but I was a contact guy, put the ball in play. I could bunt pretty good. So I kind of, I was the gritty guy in the lineup. I get the job done.
So Cole Chudoba, the hitter, gets 100 at bats against Cole Chudoba, the pitcher. How many hits is Cole Chudoba, the hitter, getting?
Oh, not many, especially seeing live pitching since it's been a while. I don't think I'm catching up to anything that's over 85 right now. I got to be honest, but I don't know. Maybe I sneak a couple in, maybe 2-3 hits. Maybe I hang a slider or something.
You go 3 for 100.
Yeah, that's probably pretty realistic.
A little bit of Shohei Ohtani action, a little bit of two-way Japanese import, a little bit of that.
I wish I had it like that, but I gotta be honest with myself. The hitting's just gone now. I save it up for fungo hitting. That's the hitting I'll have for the rest of my life.
That's all you need, though, really. I mean, at this point, you got the pitching down, mix in some fungo hitting. Can't
So
complain with that.
if we do go pro, we're targeting the American League. Is essentially what we're saying.
Yeah, I would love a DH. I really don't want to see, especially guys. 100's pretty common now, so I don't want 100 running in on my hands or a slider that's coming in at 91. So
You have to go back on the mound and pitch the next inning.
yeah, it's a pretty scary experience. So maybe I'll lay down a bunt. If we get there, I can bunt. So I'll do my job.
We'll keep that in mind, honestly. Maybe we'll have to let Harvey know, throw you in for an AB, bottom of the ninth, move a guy over.
Yeah.
Speaking of Harvey, I mean, what is it like with playing under this coaching staff? Obviously, Harvey Shapiro's resume, one of the best, if not the best, on the Cape right now. Eddie Marco's obviously doing a great job with this pitching staff. What's it been like playing under them?
Yeah, I mean, they've been amazing for us. Honestly, they just kind of, they do their thing. They coach, make the lineups and everything, but they just let us play as players. Like they're never really on top of us. And I think again, that's talking about like the mindset of our team. We're super laid back. So having coaches that kind of let you play through your mistakes a little bit, it's really worked for us and just kind of made us bond together. And we're playing for him. We want to help him win. He's had such a great resume. So we're playing for Coach Harvey, and Ed's been awesome in the pitching staff. Everyone has different routines, so he's never telling someone they have to do this or that. So I think just the flexibility that they allow us to have as players, kind of is helping us translate to some wins in the field.
And when you were coming in at first, was it a little bit intimidating, playing under Harvey Shapiro, who's coached obviously multiple, at this point, hundreds of guys that have been drafted, and then multiple guys that have really had successful MLB careers. Was it kind of intimidating coming in, and how long did it kind of take to warm up to a guy like that?
It's always, I guess, a little bit intimidating just hearing his like resume and how, he's been around the block and seen it
Mhm.
all. So I just want to come in and kind of just prove myself to him that I could be a reliable guy for him. And, that was pretty much my mindset coming here, is just kind of come in and do my job, and everything will work out the way it's supposed to.
That's awesome.
Yeah, speaking on the topic of coaching, Nick and I, we talked to Coach KG a lot as the
Yeah.
guy, as the nicest guy in the world. How's Coach KG as a coach? Is he good at giving coaching? Is he a good coach himself? Because we don't know him as Coach KG, we know him as KG, the guy who comes over and gives us a fist pump every time. But how's KG, as a coach, coaching for you?
Oh, KG, he's a great coach. He really knows the game. I mean, he's obviously the positive vibes guy. We say he always brings the vibes every day, and kind of, that's his role on this team. He does that and brings a lot of energy, but he also knows the game really, really well. And, he's a student of the game. He learns things every day and kind of helps us out. And, also just his personality too as a coach. Like there's, things in personality traits that you have that really help players. So, if you're struggling, he's kind of the guy that comes over and is like, hey man, like, don't worry about it, just relax. Like, so what you're doing wrong a little bit, and kind of just helps you, put you in a good mental mind state, So I think he plays a really, really crucial role for this team.
Associate scout for the Yankees too. I know as a Connecticut kid, people from Connecticut, they're kind of split, Red Sox, Yankees, depending on what side of the state you're on or kind of how your family grew up. I gotta know, are you Red Sox or Yankees? Are you supporting a different team here?
I'm a Yankees fan. I know
Oh my
you guys
goodness.
don't like to hear that.
Oh my goodness.
My whole family's Yankee fans, so that's what I just grew up into.
Oh
Also, a
goodness.
noted fourth place fan of fourth place teams.
Hey, it's a couple injuries, not that they're underachieving right now. I'll give you that. I'm a realistic sports fan, so.
All right, that's fair. I can deal with that then. What's been your favorite memory of the Red Sox Yankees rivalry? I'm sure it'll be something in favor of the Yankees, but if you had to pick something that you really cherish in that rivalry.
Favorite moments. That's a tough question. There's been some really, really cool moments. I've actually been to Red Sox Yankees game at the new Yankee Stadium. That was pretty cool. They were down 3 runs going into the 8th inning. This was my senior year of high school. I mean, that was more because I was personally there for it. I haven't been to a ton
Mhm.
of MLB games, so I mean, obviously, there's amazing moments on TV that we could all talk about. But them coming back from 3 runs, for me personally, that was pretty cool in the new Yankee Stadium, like the new atmosphere there. So that's one that probably sticks out to me. So that was pretty cool to see in person.
I'm glad I wasn't there. I can tell you that. I'm glad I was not there.
You would have been a little frustrated, but it was a big comeback win for the Yanks.
I want to look ahead. Back to the Braves. I want to look ahead to the game today against Katuitt. They beat you the last time. That rain game was kind of a funky situation. Do you guys feel like you have any sort of rivalry with Katuitt, or you just look at them as another opponent?
I mean, we just look at them as another opponent. I mean, they have a really good team over there, and obviously stings a little bit taking the loss from them. We've been playing pretty well, so we definitely want a little bit of revenge. But every day, every team's good here, so we don't really have a rival. We just take every day, and we're like, we got to do our job, and good things will come.
And then finally, my last question for you here is so far on the Cape, what's been kind of the best game that sticks out to you? A game that I mean, there's been so many great moments already, but if you had to pick a game that you have as a favorite, what would that game be?
Ooh, the other night, Caden Wallace walk off the
Yeah.
opposite field hit. That was a pretty cool moment for us. Everyone was super excited. So I would say, yeah, probably had one of the biggest adrenaline moments for us that year was that walk off. So I think that was a pretty good game out of us. We came back and we won that one. So I'd say that was a pretty cool game for us.
That was nuts. I had the tweet typed out like 3 times. I had to keep changing it. The story kept changing. You guys have no idea how many stories I've had written this year that just
Play the world's smallest violin, everybody. Yep. Oh,
yeah, yeah. All right. I'm just saying.
Nick
But
can't do his job. All right, we're trying to end the show here with a random question about a non-baseball random question. Like mine last time was what was my favorite high school teacher. I asked Nick a food he would eat if he could only eat one more food. So, Nick, I'm sure you've been sitting on a question that you want to ask. So, I'll let you go first for your random question to end the
Have
show.
I? Have I? Who am I asking? Do you want me to ask it to both of you? I'll ask it to both of you. All right. The group. Oh, let's see. I already knew the question was coming. I still can't think of one. But
I'm going to
oh,
go. Favorite bagel topping is my question.
favorite bagel topping.
Bagel topping?
Bagel topping. You're having a bagel. What goes on it? There's a lot of answers here.
I can think of like 3 that you're choosing from.
There's a lot of there's different. You know how many different kinds of cream cheeses there are? There's a lot of.
Come on. Cole, you got one in mind that's really just sitting on the tip of your tongue right now?
I mean, I don't know if I have a preferred favorite. I could go butter, cream cheese, peanut butter, I guess. You know, it kind of depends on the day for me. So I don't really have a go-to, I would say. I kind of mix it up a lot. But
You can only have one. You can only pick up one. One has to stay. The others have to go.
oof, I'm going peanut butter. I love peanut butter. So
All right. There's a place out by me called, it's actually right by Worcester. It's in Holden. Bagel Inn. I don't know if you've ever been there in your time at
I have
Assumption.
not, but I've heard of it actually.
Yeah, so I used to know a girl that worked there, so I'd get a discount. That's the only reason I ever went out there. But they had like different types of cream cheese.
Yep.
And I had one, it was like a jalapeno cream cheese. And it was really good. So I'd probably go that, I guess.
I ever had bacon scallion cream cheese, like real
I
bacon.
don't think I've had it. I've heard of it though.
That's really good.
No,
That's
Is it good? Is that your go-to?
obviously the healthy option. That's why Cole Chudoba's playing in the Cape Cod League, and we're watching him play in the Cape Cod League. But Nick and I are both going. We're both going decorative cream cheeses here.
Yeah. Clearly we've had more time to think about this, I guess. But I'd say my question, if you two, both you, if you could pick someone to sit down with, an athlete, famous athlete, can be dead or alive, who would it be and why? Of course, why? Gotta know why.
Whoever's got the answer first, go. I'm still thinking a little bit.
Man, that's a real tough question. Nick, do you have anybody in mind?
I have one, yeah.
Go ahead, you go first.
Simple for me, it's OJ Simpson. I mean, did he do it, man? It's pretty clear he probably did.
Like whatever you ask, they have to answer 100%.
Yeah, they have to answer. You get a concrete answer. It's all out there. So for me, it's OJ. I gotta know.
So it's gotta be that's a good one. So it's gotta be like someone who's like did something questionable, but it was like never really proven.
Or just someone you're starstruck by,
My answer, I'm all in Barry Bonds.
Okay, that's a good one.
When did he start juicing? Why did he think it was a good idea? How really good was he? When did he start? I mean, you got to know all the answers. That'd be my guy. If he was an open book, could answer any question, Barry Bonds.
That's a good one.
Yeah, that's I would go, since we're on that. I would go Michael Jordan actually. And
All right.
if you guys saw the documentary, I'm a huge basketball guy, so Jordan's the GOAT, by the way. I just have to say that.
Good. We can agree there.
I would also want to know, since he had his year where he went to go play baseball, and there was rumors that he had a gambling problem, that he was going to get suspended by the NBA. I'd want to find out the answer to that, and also just talk about his mindset going into basketball, and just his greatness, and what he did on a daily basis. And obviously he had an amazing career, and he's the greatest to ever do it. So kind of just pick his brain and see any advice he has. But I'd also want to know about those allegations.
Are you a Knicks or a Nets?
I was just gonna ask.
Oof. My dad was a Knicks fan. Honestly, not really. I don't really say I have an extremely favorite team, I would say. I just love the NBA. I watch it almost every night and kind of follow every team, so I'm pretty knowledgeable about it. But my dad was a Knicks fan, and a funny memory was he did not like Carmelo Anthony and Amari Stoudemire. When we were younger, I have a video. We burned his Knicks stuff in a fire one time because he gave up on him.
Wow. All right. Well, Nick, did you ever play a baseball game at Assumption?
Not at Assumption. I played at Holy Cross though, which is close by.
This concludes this episode. Cole and I, a couple of guys who legends at Assumption's baseball field. I played there. Cole played there. Nick.
I guess I wasn't good enough. I just made it to Holy Cross. That was it.
But all right, Cole. Thanks so much for taking all the time out of your game day routine today, and best of luck today against Get To It.
Yeah, thank you guys for having me on. It was awesome, and I'll see you in a couple hours.
See you then.
As always, go Braves.